guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time again to talk about the female. My name is Yemisi and thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to talk about a topic that affects women that work. So I read a little story somewhere on a blog. The owner of the blog was narrating the experience she had at a pitch. So she was saying something about how she went to pitch some sort of proposal to an investor. The investor is a man, right? And it wasn't just her, there was someone else who came with a similar proposal, and they were supposed to have this conference type thing. So it was the three of them there at that meeting. And after they were done proposing and talking, both people, right? So she had said what she wanted to do, the guy had said what he wanted to do, and it came to so how much will you need to execute this project? The guy mentions a certain amount, and it's good. The investor's like, okay. And then the lady mentions something very close to that, something similar, and the investor is shook. It's like his heart is shaking, like, oh my God, why so much? And for her at that point, she actually felt like, could this be because I'm a woman? And the guy confirmed it to her right there that she didn't need to propose that much. She didn't need that kind of money to execute the same proposal as the guy because she's a woman. Interesting, right? I was shook. I was like, really? So, I think that is why I felt like, this is actually an important discussion. This is a discussion that needs to be had. Okay, so people assume all sorts of things. That as women, you don't need so much money, especially for those in business. You don't need so much money because your husband or there's some guy somewhere that's feeding you. There's also this thing about, if you are working a 9 to 5, you go off for 3 months, maternity leave, and you come back and expect to be able to compete for somebody who's been available the whole year, right? And you expect that you are giving the promotion over him. There are also all other kinds of stuff that can make people assume that, that can make people take women less seriously than men. And I'm not talking about only men, I'm talking about women as well. We also have these assumptions that can make us kind of take our female colleagues less seriously in the office or whatever, in any other business setting. So this is why I felt like this topic was important to discuss. So what really I'm discussing today is ways to make yourself more relevant and to be taken more seriously at work. So the number one thing is excellence. You need to strive towards being excellent at your job. So if you need to get trained. If you need to stay back some extra hours to really study about your job, do that. Whatever it takes to get excellent, to become an expert on your job, please find some time and some resources to do that. If you need to pay for some personal trainings to improve your delivery on your job, there's nothing wrong with that. Put your hands in your pocket and pay for a training, pay for a master's degree, pay for a certification. Do something to get better on your job. Nobody argues with results. If you're giving out results, if people find out that you're hardworking, you're doing your work the way you should, or maybe even better, you are taking up responsibilities that even look like they're your boss's responsibilities, trust me, you will be taken seriously. Number 2, stay away from office gossip. You need to appear like you do not have the time nor the interest. Don't allow people sit you down and tell you things that take up your time. Like, seriously, even if you're faffing and there's nothing you're doing at that time, just act like open Excel sheets and just start typing things that don't exist. Like, don't listen to things that take up your time. There's no point. really. And trust me, I admit that this is one of the hardest ones not to do, because it's interesting now. Something happened to somebody, somebody somewhere, and something. It's interesting. It's fun. I mean, most people like to gossip. I mean, why not? It's somebody else's gist now. Table their matter. But at the end of the day, it distracts you. It takes away your time. And the people that you engage in this gossip with, many of them will also gossip about you. So keep your gist to yourself. Let them keep their gist to themselves. Drink some water. Go to the toilet regularly and mind your own business. The third thing is dress for success. Appear ready all the time. Look nice when you're going to work. Of course, within the confines of your dress code, of what is allowed within your company and within your industry. You don't want to be expressing style but be contravening what your company expects you to look like or what your company expects you to wear. So for example, if you work in entertainment, you might be able to be a lot more expressive, wear some certain things that someone in advertising might not be able to wear. Somebody in advertising may be a lot freer than somebody that works in banking or in insurance or something. So you need to work within the confines of what is expected of you within your industry and within your company, and dress the way that you want to be addressed. Dress good, look nice. Trust me, I learned this the hard way. In fact, I'm still working on it. It's some of us are people who generally don't really care about looks. We just want to go out there and do our work, but that's not the way the world works. The world is very choosy about what they see. We're very particular about, we want to address people the way that we see them. The first thing that a lot of people address about you, the first thing that gives a lot of people impression about you is the way that you look. So you don't want to walk into a client's office, you're trying to sell a product or something, and the person is looking at you like, why does she look like this? I'm just not going to buy from this girl. I'm just not going to buy from this woman, So the way that you dress is important for people to take you seriously, whether you're working, whether you're doing a 9 to 5, whether you're you own an SME, you own your own business. Number 4, and this is especially for the ladies that are into businesses, that have their own businesses and have a presence on social media. Stop behaving badly on social media, right? So I've seen a lot of business people using their business pages to comment on blogs, to troll celebrities, to insult people, to fight, to give terrible customer service. It's just, I don't know how anybody expects their business to grow when they behave like that. You know what's worse? They don't even go and log into their personal page to do all this nonsense all over blogs and all over social media and to troll celebrity pages. They use their personal page. Fabric by blah 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 blah. Makeup by something. Beauty by this and that and that and that. Media by so and so. And they're going on celebrity pages to troll. You're going on Instablog to insult people and fight. Nobody is going to take you seriously with that behavior. Number 5 thing is integrity. Say what you mean what you say. When people find out that you're always lying, when people realize that there's something funny about your business, when people cannot trust you, people cannot hold you for your word, you are already losing your people. Nobody's going to take you seriously. You cannot be lying, outrightly lying, and expect that something good is going to come out of that. It's not going to happen. Number 6 thing, be calm but be assertive. So personally, I've struggled with this for a while, and this is mostly very important when you're dealing with a team, when you have subordinate. No, the word subordinate is a bit too, I think it's kind of condescending. Junior colleagues, yes, I think that's a better word. When you have junior colleagues, when you have a team and you're a team leader, it becomes a lot more important for you to learn how to be calm and assertive at the same time. You don't want to appear like you are pushing people around because you are the boss, but you don't also want to appear like you don't know what you're doing and you cannot handle your team. In 2017, I worked with a team of 3 people. At the time, it was my first time being responsible for a set of people, being a team lead. And I feel like part of the reasons that I had issues at that time was because I didn't know how to be calm and to be assertive at the same time. If I'm calm, I'm too calm, right? If I'm assertive, I'm shouting. And I'm that kind of person. I easily get riled up. It's either I'm not talking to you at all, or I'm just raising my voice. My voice is going up the roof, and I'm not, either ways, I'm not making any points. So it's important to learn. It's a skill on its own that I feel like there should even be a school for. Yeah, you need to learn to be calm and be assertive at the same time. While you're making your points, you need to be calm, easy to listen to, but still make your points, regardless of whether you're working in the corporate environment or you even have your own business. Number 17, ladies, hear me, listen to me, because this one I am very passionate about. Number 7, never ever in your life, never sleep with your boss. Don't do it. No. Don't sleep with your boss, my girl. Don't do it. And there are too many scenarios that can play out of this, and none of them is good for you. None of them favors you. None of them can work positively for you. So let me cite a few examples. There's the girl who does not know the job, does not care for the job, but she wants the job because it continues to pay her bills, right? So she takes the option of sleeping with her boss because he offers. Abi? You know what happens to that girl? Yeah, maybe appraiser will come and he will recommend you to the company and blah, 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 and you'll be promoted. Bleh. What happens to you is that this boss of yours will look down on you because he knows that no matter how much you're promoted, he's the reason, right? Who wants that? Your colleagues might find out. Other men in the company. Imagine him going out with all the other supervisors in the company, and they're discussing you over a drink, and he mentions it, and then every other guy starts asking you to sleep with them because he has told them that she's easy now, just promise her a promotion. There's that scenario. There's the scenario that you know your job. Without this man, you can move forward, but you just like sleeping with him. He's fun. That scenario is even worse because no matter how much work you do, he is always going to attribute it to the fact that you're sleeping with him. And there's nothing nice about that. So you do work that is okay. It's good enough for you to even get a promotion. You're excellent. You're amazing and everything without his help. He's just going to sit somewhere and be like, I'm the one that's going to take her forward anyway. It's about me. Even you, how do you separate the successes that you get on that job from the fact that you're sleeping with your boss? There's that. There is also the weird situation where you guys are actually lovers. For some reason you feel like, because the truth is love can happen in all sorts of different situations, and you can also fall in love with your boss. Now my own recommendation in this situation is that, and I stand to be corrected really, but the very minute you feel like you're falling in love with your boss, somebody who has the power to affect your appraisal, who has the power to say this is how you've performed, who has the power to stand in front of the company and says this is how you've performed. The minute you think you're in love with someone like that, that's the day you should start looking for a new job. I said it. In my opinion, it doesn't make any sense to be working with someone who decides your fate. Even if you're the one doing the job and you're the one making all your successes, people are always going to attribute it with the fact that you're dating this guy. There is no point. If you want to be taken seriously at work, there's just no point sleeping with anybody that is able to affect your appraisal, that is able to judge you, that is able to tell the company that this is how you have performed. If you're a business lady, you're the one you own your own business, there is no point sleeping around for contracts or jobs or whatever. There's just no point. Nobody's going to take you seriously. No matter how hard you work, people are going to attribute it to the fact that you have slept around. And trust me, it's not a secret. Thank you guys for watching. We've come to the end of the video. If you have anything to add, anything to remove, anything at all, please let me know in the comment section. Please follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link down in the description box. Thank you very, very much. Please subscribe before you leave. Please like, do all the good stuff. I love you. Thank you for dropping by. Mwah, bye.